Hello, everyone. This is Fusion Firebox 26, otherwise known as Lamar.
My name is Troubled Truck, also known by my actual name of Forbes.
And my name is Ricky102 or Vincent, and welcome to the first episode of the FRF Podcast. Woo! And remember to follow the FRF group on Twitter at FRFThe. You can also, if you do, using the hashtag FRF Podcast, we should be reading some tweets on future episodes.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So today we have come to talk about pretty much the franchise of Thomas Wooden Railway and how it's pretty much progressed so far.
You mean how it's
you
mean how it's died?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, also, yeah, podcast. We Grease and Oil ripoff. Yeah, I don't care. No one cares.
So, who would like to start first of all, and the topic of Thomas Wood?
There are only two good models of Thomas Wood: Winston and Harvey, and that's it.
That's
I guess.
I haven't seen Winston, but I have seen Harvey, and Harvey's a pretty decent model. Most of the other ones than Thomas Wood are like even with the paint, they're like it seems like the entire point of this brand is just to cut corners wherever possible.
Exactly. The real problem wasn't the lack of paint. Well, that was a problem, but
That
the
was-
main problem now is that they're all using the same mold for every engine.
Yeah,
Like it's just cheap and lazy.
they don't even have domes.
Yeah.
He's got no dome. Never trust a domeless engine. They're not respectable.
Well, I mean,
So what my thoughts would be on, I guess, Thomas Wood. It's just, coming from a person like me, I collect a lot of wooden railway, and to
Like
see something that brought a lot of joy and stuff to my childhood, turning into some crappy wooden piece of block model that looks like it was rendered in Roblox does not make me happy at all, because it's not really accurate. Like, if you look at the Spencer model, for instance, it's literally an 060. Spencer's a big tender engine. Why would you give him almost Donald and Douglas's wheel configuration?
Well, that's literally everyone. Every tender engine you can be like, it's an 060.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just...
And I don't even know what they were trying to do with the tank engines.
Like, Mattel, I'm sorry, but you've ruined Thomas completely. And I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about your franchise, the Wooden Railway. It's literally destroyed.
We can rope the show into it. We can just rope everything into Mattel. What are you doing?
I own literally one Thomas Wood item, and it's Percy. And as soon as I got it, I compared it to my 2007 Wooden Railway Percy. And comparing them is like just it's so one-sided to which one's good and to which one's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I also only have one Wood item, which is Harvey, and I'm looking at Harvey right now. Harvey's, again, one of the only two decent Thomas Wood models. I think he is probably the best Thomas Wood model. It's not saying much, but it's something. Because, at least he looks unique. Like, I prefer if I had the original Harvey model, but that's a story that I may go into later in this podcast. But for that,
Oh, I'm just gonna say this right now. I've had my Harvey since probably 2009-ish, and the literally the roof of the item came off because I was playing with it so much.
That's impressive, Forbes.
Oh yeah, and we can't even talk about the Percy that split in two of mine. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, we got split in two. Don't even get me started about Thomas Wood's Annie and Cloud.
Oh
no!
Oh, that's just coaches in general.
It's
just coaches in general.
Don't get me wrong. It's literally Brio. If you look at some of the Brio coaches or some of the rolling stock that they have, it's literally Brio.
And for Brio, that's fine because Brio's always been like that, and it's not really. It's not really a deal breaker. I think you can still get Brio coaches that aren't like that. You might not be able to.
Brio has charm.
Exactly. James,
Like-
California.
Like
I'm-
I don't know what Thomas Wood is doing. Like, what you doing, Mattel? Like, why have you got to ruin such a perfect product and turn it into some
And I mean, like,
Roblox character?
Lamar, I got the answer for you. It's money.
I guess 2013 through 2015, Mattel wasn't profitable enough. So by 2016, they just kind of.
Again, okay, 2013. It was, you gotta admit, it was a good year because they released Flying Scotsman.
They released Flying
Lady,
Scotsman. Oh, I forgot they released
Fergus.
Lady. I forgot they released Fergus.
They
They released
he had Grey
Diesel.
Wheels.
Oh, they released Diesel D199, who I have with me. Also,
And like then there's 2014, which also was a pretty good year. Not as good as 2013, maybe.
But I think round maybe 2013 or not 13, 15,
15
was when Mattel started to go downhill on some of their sets.
Well,
Like the sets they were literally pricing their sets, but people would get less stuff in those sets.
Yeah.
Also, I think was that the year the Bubble Loader came out, or was that 2014?
I think so, or maybe 2014, or
If someone could look that up, that'd be nice.
I'll go look that up.
But okay. I'm gonna put something on Hangout real quick. If you wanna.
Sure, go for it.
I
See,
prefer
open
you
the
wouldn't
Bubble
say it
Loader.
on stream. I would prefer you wouldn't say it on stream.
Oh, all right then.
2015, yeah.
Okay. But so yeah. So I personally
Wait, was it 2015?
2015, yeah.
personally I would say 2016 in my opinion. But like because 2015 still had like I mean I was pretty happy with like Oliver and the other Oliver. I got those and as well as a few other things that happened that year.
Yeah.
Like the Sodor's Legends of the Lost Treasure models were pretty good.
For the most part.
Yeah, for them.
The Soder's Legend of Lost Treasure set, that was a really good set.
But like
I don't know, I feel like Mattel's sets have always been hit and miss.
yeah,
But towards the end, they got a lot more misses than hits. Like,
but,
oh my god.
I feel like the engines themselves were almost always good. I mean,
Yeah.
Ryan wasn't that good though. I mean, because he was just Thomas, but like a repaint. Which wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with Ryan.
Yeah, they could. They literally.
Ashima could have been so much more, but I do understand why they didn't go
No,
that.
but literally a year earlier, before Ryan came out, they had re-released Whip, so they had like a design for a larger tank, but they didn't use it.
Who knows why they didn't use it?
Speaking of Ryan and also Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, Mike and Bert, they did pretty good on the model. But why didn't they release Rex?
Those are really nice. But
because
hey, how they didn't release Rex.
Yeah, no, they released all three in Take and Play. It wouldn't have been that hard to make Rex in
also the fact
Wooden Railway. So the fact that they didn't do it just doesn't make any sense.
Also the fact that they didn't release Donald and Douglas or even Toad, like it was,
or Daisy.
Or Daisy too. That Daisy.
Well, no. The whole reason why they didn't release those characters because those characters they analyzed it and they were like, these characters are not going to be profitable. Which who's to actually say if they were going to be or not? But that's the driving force behind most.
Why not Rex though? Like he would have been as profitable as the other two. They're basically
I don't understand that. It's like that's part of the reason why Henry and Edward got banned from got taken out of the show is because Mattel was like, these engines are not profitable, so we got to get rid of them. But whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like they were beloved characters. It's not like they were the first two of the first three characters ever. But you know.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just
like I'm not sure if Mattel was literally like before over the years, like learning curve when they were in charge of Thomas, they did some pretty good models. But I think it was as soon as it got into Mattel's hand, that's when all of it started to go downhill.
I say it went downhill once Tommy bought it, and they just
Yeah,
clearly didn't care.
Yeah, they didn't care at all.
and I think Mattel started to basically pick that up and use it on some of their models. Like it's just like Botox era. Like look at 2011's Thomas.
Oh my god!
That's a
Oh
nightmare.
god! Let's not talk. Let's not talk about like Henry or James or Percy or
Henry
Gordon
is
or God
scary.
forbid James. God forbid James.
Not even. Not even. I'm kidding. Like no. Not
Honestly,
even Percy neither. Look at Percy.
Okay, Thomas just looks derpy. Percy looks way too fat.
yeah, Percy is disgusting.
He's just chubby.
Like,
Exactly.
every time I see the Tommy models, like if I don't see their faces, I like mistake them for learning curve. But then if I like look up the other way around and then I just see their faces, I'm just like, oh no.
To be fair to Tommy, the engines like with Norman, for example, the engines that appeared in CGI first, that never had a model face, that they just had the CGI face, those don't look that bad, but
The and they basically, but like for most of the like
also their Diesel 10 face, while not bad, it's started the trend of let's make Diesel happy.
Yeah.
that
Like
that's
I know people might you have some kids who might be scared of it, but still like why would you try and it just takes I know they were trying to make it more happy and friendlier, but it kind of takes away because if Diesel 10 supposed to be menacing, wouldn't he had that little grin on his face? Like
And
why
even
would he
then
just make happy?
and even then Diesel 10 was still selling no matter what. Like
Exactly.
I don't think you needed to update his face. Or well, you could have updated his face. Don't make him happy. It's the same.
yeah.
No one was, and Diesel makes less sense because no one was scared of Diesel.
Like Diesel, okay, Tony got Diesel's model. Like they got his face too.
They got his model really well.
I
Diesel's
know.
the best model. Like I
They
don't
literally
think you can name a better model. Maybe like
learning
their CGI characters, they're fine, but then like Diesel's just amazing.
like you gotta all give props to literally for learning curve to literally doing such a great model on Diesel 10 because they got it as soon as all you guys who are literally listening, if you know Thomas and the Magic Railroad, if you don't go watch the film, it's a great film. They captured
I think
10's
everyone's
personality.
watched the film.
Well, not all.
I think everyone who's in the chat has watched.
Yeah, via
Thomas
Destruction
Railroad.
Train. Basically, yes, Mr. Bryant, but they captured his personality so well onto the wooden railway model of him, and that's what got people interested because villains, etc. You have some people who just like villains, and that made Diesel 10.
Diesel 10, but I'd say Diesel 10 is one of the best things about Magic Railroad because up until that point, yeah, they had Diesel as a villain. I think Arian Burt had existed by that point, but then they got like this one villain who is like actually intimidating because like yeah, Diesel, Arian Burt, they're kind of like casual jerks, but like Diesel 10 is like a welly implemented villain. Sorry that I was stuttering there.
Like, also another thing, what would be crossing my mind, I know this is off topic, but if Diesel 10 came back to calling all engines, then how come Splatter and Dodge didn't come? And most people said that they would be Aria and Bert.
Well, I can answer you. I can answer that to you right there because they weren't going to make two other models.
Well, okay, Arian
of the same Diesel.
People say
no. They only had two sets of. They only had 3 Diesels the entire run. They had Diesel, and Arian Burt. And Arian Burt, after season 5, were painted into Splatter and Dodge for Magic Railroad, then painted back to Arian Burt for season 6 and beyond.
Honestly, I prefer.
That's why the whole thing of Splatter and Jaws returned into Arian Burt. I saw it. That's where that comes from.
Splatter and
Even
Splatter.
though that's really dumb, but you know.
I think they should have just kept Splatter and Dodge. They were pretty. Honestly, they were.
Yeah, they really didn't need to turn.
Yeah, like they were a bit.
Arian Burt, but Splatter and Dodge back into Arian Burt.
But
then
like, yeah, you go ahead.
But then again, like the reason, like they didn't want season 6. They didn't want to make kids have to watch Magic Road to understand season 6. That's why the Lady or Diesel 10 or the Magic Buffers or anything don't appear in season 6 or beyond. It's because they were like, we don't want them to have to watch the movie to watch the show, which you now have to do.
Like, I know most people would have seen them as like those two. They would see them as like bad guys because they were one of Diesel 10's minions, but they were sort of, in a way, they were sort of lovable characters because of their clumsy personality.
I feel like they're only with Diesel 10 because none of the steam engines really like them.
Like, I want a job, so when I literally went inside with Diesel 10, like, we don't like you.
Yeah, literally at the end of Magic
their outro from the movie is "We don't like you." Yeah, we mean that literally. Ooh,
and
what's
thankfully.
that?
That's the last
and
thing.
Thankfully. Ooh, yeah, that's a good word. Then they just leave.
Dude,
no, they don't even leave. You just cut. It just cuts to Diesel 10 saying, "All right, I don't need you. Never appear again."
Dude, I really want Splatter and that would have been like kind of cool if Splatter and Dodge appeared in season 6. I understand why they didn't, but like, I think at the end of Magic Railroad, it's a very short moment, but they they're kind of just like, yeah, we don't care anymore.
Well, Magic Railroad was so much. It was so rushed that
like they had to change it because the original version was too scary.
What I don't actually know. That might have still been their exit from the movie originally.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know if Splatter and Dodge would have actually had more character in the original. They might have had less, honestly. That wouldn't surprise me.
If they have more in the only thing that I like, if they don't have less character in the original cut, the only thing I would want from the original cut would probably be for them to be more developed, like in the actual final cut. If that makes sense, I don't know, but what I just said makes sense.
I just want them to have an actual exit from the film.
Like they literally just like have like.
Oh, let's not forget that the movie also has a really terrible ending.
Yeah.
Because the ending is just like.
Literally, does anything happen?
The ending is literally just Conductor Junior. It's literally just Junior leaves, and then it's just like now it's time for all of us to go. There's no closure on anything.
Oh yeah, the ending of Magic Road. I couldn't.
Lily just disappears. Stone just disappears. Lady just disappears. Patch just disappears. Where was Patch in the final scene, by the way?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I just want to say
he went on the Magic Railroad. That just never.
I just want to say one thing. I didn't remember there being anything after the final chase scene. Like I don't remember anything past that.
It's basically just. I'm basically drawing a blank too. It's literally just Junior leaves, then everyone just all of a sudden magically just Mr. Conductor comes back. He's just there, and he's like, "It's time for all of us to go home." Just like Thomas. What?
Maybe
we're not gonna go home if you didn't give us closure on anything.
The thing that puzzled me is like, whatever happened to Patch? Like, whatever happened to Lily?
Yeah, exactly.
Or anyone else? What happened?
Well, I think it's common knowledge that originally in the
they
movie,
got married.
Yeah, no, one of those original shots of them getting married is still in the film.
Really?
It's like how that shot of where Burnett is talking to that biker and giving him directions. That's literally a redubbed shot, and that's originally that's him arguing with P.T. Boomer.
Dude.
And they didn't have time, so / probably didn't care, so they just were like, let's screw it, just redub it.
Dude, honestly, the Magic Railroad, I feel like the reason, like the ending is probably rushed because they had to like cut the original ending from the original version.
Oh yeah, no, they had to cut everything that would have been okay. Again, this video was supposed to be about Thomas Wooden Railway, but who cares? No one cares.
Yeah, it's just Thomas stuff now.
We'll change the title in post, but
yeah.
The movie Thomas and the Magic I guess we can call this Thomas and the Magic Railroad discussion, but
no, the Wooden Railway merchandising and the Tatmar, basically.
Yeah,
Wooden Railway merchandising plus Hey, remember Magic Railroad? No, we should just call this Hey, remember Magic Railroad?
Dude.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call it that.
Yeah, just call it Hey, remember Magic Railroad?
But Magic Railroad. Okay. Here's a fun fact. I watched Magic Railroad when I was like 3 or something. But then I never watched it again until I think I was like 9 or 10 because I was too scared to rewatch the movie.
Dude, I had the movie for like a couple years before I actually first watched it because it was like, there are humans in this. I don't like this.
Oh yeah, those scenes. If I rewatch Magic Railroad,
no, it was just, and then I remember watching those scenes and I was like, I like this.
Honestly, when I watch Magic Railroad, I kind of like don't really care much for the human scenes at all.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing about the human scenes is that if you actually want to get any real like story, you gotta watch them because there's barely any model footage.
Yeah, it kind of makes me a little disappointed, honestly.
Oh my god, but no, Magic Railroad, its director's cut. I'm not saying it. I think it would have been better, or at least garnered a better reaction.
Yeah.
Than What Is This Baby Show thing, because at least they could tell, even if the movie still wasn't that great, they could be like, okay, this movie has some balls, and it's trying to do something. It just doesn't execute it that well.
Yeah, I feel like Magic Railroad. The current version is probably 5, maybe 6 out of 10. But then if it was the director's cut, it would probably be at least 8 out of 10, probably.
Because
probably not that high, but I think it would have garnered a better reaction.
Because like the original cut for it would probably been like a banger.
Yeah, because like they had to change it due to test audiences. When the test audiences made the movie work. Because
it annoys me so much. It, like, honestly, I've always thought about those test audiences, and this is just me being a stupid Thomas fan. I've always part of me has just wanted to go up to a parent that was in those test audiences, and sucker punch them. I shouldn't be saying this, but I kinda do, 'cause like, you ruined the franchise. It wasn't Britt. Britt got blamed for something she had barely any control over. Granted, Britt, while making the movie, wasn't making the best decisions, but still.
Maybe you can't blame it on her.
Maybe
you can't blame it entirely on her.
Yeah, but like it's basically just like parents who are
like, why are you complaining about the engine's voices now? They sound too old. They're steam engines. You don't have to be a mathematician to realize that these are supposed to be older characters.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Despite what their voices may say.
Literally, these.
Have you not listened to the show? It is narrated by George Carlin and Alec Baldwin.
I get that the movie could be scary, but I don't get how the voices have anything to do with it. It's basically just the parents throwing their input into something that they're not.
I bet the kids didn't even care. I bet most of the kids were like fine with it. It's just the parents being like, "Oh my god!" It's like all the stuff that happens about parents complaining about like video games today. I bet that's.
It's overreactive. They're just being overreactive.
And those test audiences made Britt have to force to do all this, and everyone saw Thomas as just another little kid's baby show when it's not.
And it then because of the, Magic Railroad I mean, I feel like the movie would probably be more
so.
successful as the original cut. I don't have any concrete evidence of it. And it's just my gut feeling that it would have done better.
It would have at least broken even. Well, I think it did break even, just barely. No, I think it just barely didn't break even.
That I feel like the movie would have been a success if it just was the original cut. Well, because like the final movie is kind of it's fine. There's nothing. It's not like terrible or anything. It's just that it's a little bit more. It's a little muddled and confused.
Yeah,
basically.
it's a movie that didn't get dealt its fair share. It's a movie that knew what it wanted to do, but was forced to not be able to do what it wanted to do. It's a movie that wanted to do so much but wasn't able to, and not because of its own volition, but because it originally did surpass. It originally did what it set out to do, and it originally did what it wanted to do, and it originally did what Britt wanted, and it originally did it. The original vision of Magic Railroad is not what we see in theaters. The original vision of Magic Railroad, in a way, in at least its essence, is probably in the director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also sucks because we're never gonna get that director's cut.
Yeah,
Dude,
basically.
Honestly,
we know there's a better version of the film out there, but we're never gonna be able to see it.
And we could possibly I feel like it's not too far-fetched to say that because of those overprotective parents in the movie theaters, like 20 plus, almost 20, probably 20 years ago.
I mean, I'm
I'm
sure there were some kids that their parents were actually like, yeah, and those kids were like, but I don't know.
No. We could blame overprotective parents about 20 years ago for this franchise becoming garbage. Like, because Magic Railroad was not a financial success, thusly, like, leading to, like, Britt having to, sell the,
Britt being ousted from her company.
Yeah, basically that. And then that led to seasons 8 through 12, which, while aren't the worst, they were pretty mediocre. And then after that, when the show switched to CGI, which honestly I think they still would have switched to CGI eventually because,
yeah, to be fair, I still think it would have taken longer though.
Yeah, but
and I feel like they would have tried to make the animation as best as they possibly could.
Yeah.
Like something like
but season 13 through 15. I'm not going to include season 16 because I think season 16 is probably on the same level as seasons 8 through 12. But like seasons 13 through 15
are
okay,
I have some thoughts. Like from season 8, season 8 is not, it's kind of, what should I say? It's not bad, but it's just like they did update the models and they have some crispy footage. Like, it was just the stories that they told for certain stories had just gone down.
That's
like from
exactly
the extended running time. Well, yeah,
no. Thomas is a show that does not work. Even with Andrew Brenner, it takes a lot of hard work in knowing exactly what you have to do to make the show of Thomas work in longer increments. And that's something that even Andrew Brenner didn't get right perfectly. He got very close, but he wasn't really able to.
Like
those 7-minute instances did not help the show, and they didn't in like the 4.5, which forced them to write creative and be able to do the story.
Yeah.
It meant it gave the writers more room, but instead of using that to be creative, one, they didn't fully know how to write for these characters. Yeah. And two, that just made them resort to the 3 strikes you're out formula, because that's just easy to do, and you can do it in 7 minutes, but you can't really fully do it in 4 minutes that well.
Okay.
So they just kind of got lazy with it.
Okay, I just want to say one thing. Thomas, I feel like Thomas only works in time spans longer than 4 minutes and 30 seconds when
Yeah.
either the story is like it works in a way where it can be like longer than that amount of time, or it's like a serialized version of the show, it's not going to happen, like an official serialized Thomas.
Well, and it's almost serial. It was kind of serialized there for a bit.
But not really. But
not over serialized, but it was a
like
little bit.
serialized as in like a storyline that progresses. But they're not going to do that because, you know.
Yeah, and they don't, and it's probably a good thing that they don't.
Especially back in the 80s, 90s, and even the 2000s to a certain extent, they wouldn't have been able to do that.
And also, 3 strikes you're out formulas, you can still also make them good or at least better, but
yeah,
you have to actually try.
Like, okay, 3 strikes formula. It was basically like okay, yeah, it works maybe possibly like once or twice or something like along those lines. But to have it, I bet they've
every episode.
It was well over probably 200, maybe even 300 episodes of the series. 300 is a little too far, but I would say it's probably around
At least 100 to 150.
Yeah, it's like a little less than 200 3 strikes formula episodes. I mean, yeah, it could work for a couple episodes, but
if you're doing it every single episode
and
from the start of season 8, to be fair to season 8, not every single story in season 8 is the 3 strikes formula. Like Halloween isn't.
I have a theory on season 8. Like, it's not really a theory about like conspiracies or anything like that. It's just a theory that season 8 didn't start out bad. It really didn't. But by season 8, episode 9, Don't Tell Thomas, is really where the show kind of fell off. Like, yeah, the first couple of episodes, they're mediocre, but it's not like we hadn't had mediocre Thomas episodes before then. Like, a couple episodes in I think 1 episode in season 6, maybe 2. And like, couple
James Percy and the Fruitful Day.
In season 3, and maybe a few others in season 3 possibly, and quite a few in season 7. Mediocre episodes were a thing on the show. Like, they occasionally happen. Like, it's not like every episode, but like a couple episodes in each season are going to be mediocre, with probably the exception of season 5. I don't think there's a mediocre episode that
season 5 is where it all improved. Like, that's where
pretty much season 5 you can have episodes that you say are mediocre, but like I don't think there really is a mediocre actual mediocre episode.
Season 5, I think
maybe Thomas and the Gremlin.
If we look
up besides that,
Gordon and the Gremlin.
Gordon and the Gremlin. Gordon and the Gremlin is probably the worst episode of season 5, but it's not bad in any means. It's not even mediocre.
Season 5 is the peak. Season 5 is the peak. Season 6 is slightly worse than season 5. I wouldn't say it's much worse, but it is like worse.
But you have Thomas and the Engine.
So. Yeah, season 7. I feel like here. I just want to say something about season 6 and 7. Season 6 is more consistent than season 7, but it doesn't have the same peaks as season 7.
Like, my only favorite episodes from like season 7 would probably be the Spotless Record and Something Fishy. Not just because they introduced authors, but it's like the stories itself.
Oh no, the episodes involving the new characters in season 7 are all great.
Except Emily.
Yeah, let me get to that.
Emily, no. Even then, Emily's first episode, I actually liked.
Yeah, but
Emily didn't become really a bad character until season 8. But in season 7, she was actually, I think she was an actually good character. And her debut episode, I think, was really good.
No. I'd say season 6 is the most consistent Thomas season, besides season 5, probably, from the classic series. Because, like, season 6 is mostly, like, good to great episodes with, like, a few episodes that are, like, really good and a couple, I think, like, only, like, 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes mediocre.
And then there's Thomas and the Engine.
Ricky, getting back to what you said about the characters, if you in season 7, if you guys know Bill, Ben, and Fergus, that episode, what I don't get is around the scene Arthur was introduced. Like, he was literally just seen working at the quarry, but he wasn't even introduced yet. As well as in season 1, Bertie was seen in one of Thomas's shots, but he wasn't introduced until a later episode. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
no. Birdie was seen in
Thomas.
Thomas and Terrence, but that actually made sense.
No, like way before, like Thomas and the God, I think it was.
Well,
Right.
no, because it's not said that Birdie is like a new bus. It's just him and Thomas had never met.
Yeah. I think
Okay, but what about Arthur in season 7? He was working at the quarry, but he wasn't even introduced.
I don't remember that, but I will believe you on that.
Yeah.
I literally have a shirt right now. I could literally just.
I mean, yeah, I think it said in Arthur's debut episode that he was new. So
Yes, it did. And fun fact, the reason why Fergus wasn't really used again is because in that episode, his model got damaged during that rock slide.
Honestly, Fergus was a pretty good character, just sad.
Fergus was a really good character. And it's really sad that his model got damaged and that they couldn't really use him that often.
They could have made a replica.
At least he didn't have to suffer what would happen to the series next.
They could have made like a replica, like a static replica of him, but they didn't.
But
well, no. To be fair, all the characters that were introduced in season 7 never, besides Emily, never really got ruined.
Yeah.
Besides Emily, like Spencer stays consistent all the way through, so Spencer's fine. Arthur only really has a few, and all the other characters only really have a few other episodes in other seasons at the most.
Yeah, Murdoch,
so they're not that bad.
Honestly, Murdoch got a few episodes. I think he got one episode in season 8, and then he got a few in season 11 and one in season 12. I don't know why they brought him back.
Guys, take a look on my screen right here.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Right before he even got released.
It could be that the episode takes place after, but I don't know.
That was
but
there's no consistent timeline, so
they just probably forgot that he hadn't been introduced yet because they're probably all making these episodes simultaneously.
Yeah.
So but it still doesn't make
around the base. I think it was probably
it's a continuity
in the beginning.
Yeah, but I'm going to say
shoot, how long have we been doing the podcast?
30 minutes, I think, maybe 40.
27.
Oh wow.
When will we end it?
I say around an hour is a good mark.
Yeah.
But okay, so I want to say another thing. Season 7, well, yes, I think it's a worse season compared to season 6. It has higher highs, compared to most of season 6. Season 6's highs, but it has lower lows than season 6's lows.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That includes Middle Engine. I am one of those people who doesn't think Middle Engine is the worst episode ever.
I don't think it's that bad, but I think the beginning where Percy gets unfairly treated.
Yeah,
I think that part is bad. Besides that, it's fine.
It's a fine episode.
In the middle, just like Percy. I'm not like Percy.
Because Percy didn't have any control over that, and I get kind of why they did it, but I really wish they had brought that back later on in the episode where Sir Tom Mac gave Percy an apology.
Yeah, but I don't think they had enough for that. So
they didn't for
slightly longer.
The one thing I do like about season 6 is the introduction of Salty.
Oh yeah, Salty
is a god.
So, okay, out of every new character season 5 onwards, I feel like Salty really doesn't get that much love. He's a very common character, but people never really talk about your top tier Thomas characters. I'd probably put him at A tier Thomas character.
Yeah, he's a really good character. And again, he's a character that didn't really get ruined.
Also, Hugh, Vincent, we all know what's gonna.
Yeah. But you know what my favorite character is in CGI? Rickety.
Oh yeah, the CGI Rickety in Wooden Railway.
I hate to steal a joke here, but 12%.
Quality content.
Quality content.
Hilarious and original.
Hi.
Quality content, folks.
I think we need to change the name of the podcast again.
Yeah, the episode. honestly, well, why don't we just worry about that when this?
Yeah, I know. We'll do that after.
Yeah, but the last, I want to say one thing. Maybe we could like, do you guys have what's your guys' besides season 5, 4, and 2? Because I kind of want to exclude them just because they're like the most common like favorite seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe 22 or not 22, but like the
20.
Season 2 is not really that common, but it's got a lot of good episodes.
Yeah.
And no, I see season 2 a bit often.
Like it's not
but
many
not-
people speak of it.
And maybe season
People
20,
speak of it.
season 2 and season 20 are just because they're kind of probably the most common ones after season 4 or season 5. So I'm just excluding them too.
So
Besides those 4, what's your guys' favorite Thomas season?
not counting those,
My
probably
favorite
season 6.
season would probably
I
Can
honestly,
there be multiple?
yeah, that's fine.
My favorite. Okay, my favorite seasons are pretty. I have 4, which are pretty much.
Well, no, not counting those seasons.
Yeah, the 4 ones that we mentioned,
Okay.
like that.
Well,
Allowed.
would probably be season 2 because
Season 2
Fair
is
enough.
also counted.
And
Well.
season 20. It's
It's
season
the seasons we add were season 2, 4, 5.
and 20 just because 20 is I feel like it's one that would be kind of common. Because it's like a very consistent string of episodes.
Wait, is it like what's your favorite season? What's the worst?
Like
What's your favorite, not counting those seasons?
Yeah, not counting those.
Probably season 7.
I'd
I
say
think for me, I'd say season 6.
I'd say both season 6 and 7 because I feel like
Yeah,
No.
6 because you got Duncan.
no, I say
Oh yeah,
6
you
and
got Thompson and Engine. That's all I need.
okay, season 6 and 7 because I feel like they're very close in quality, but like season 6, I'd probably put ahead just because it's way more consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Season 7 has the higher peaks and valleys, but season 6 has the more consistent
and
quality.
also season 7 has like the worst episode of the classic series. What's the matter with Henry?
Oh yeah, forgot about that episode. That episode is pretty bad.
It's
Like why would Thomas and Percy tease poor Henry? Like why?
Henry always gets abused in the series. It's not.
Now we go and all do it right together.
Nah.
I like Fergus though. He's like kind of like he's kind of like just like that guy who's like.
I know, but I love that line because it's just how bad Michael Brandon delivers it.
He literally reminds me of some character from Barnyard.
Like Fergus. I think Fergus is probably
We're at like 42 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just tell me when it's reaching an hour.
Fergus is kind of like I don't know if I would say Fergus is the best character introduced in season 7.
Fergus is pretty much a decent character that you all of like.
I would probably put him in upper B tier.
Fergus is the only character in season 7 that had a song dedicated to him. Not counting 5 New Engines in the Shed.
Also, Fergus never really got ruined. I mean,
don't forget Emily.
I mean, Murdoch.
Yeah, but no, Emily got that later.
But like, okay,
By later I mean like season 8, but no one cares.
Arthur and Murdoch didn't really get the chance to be ruined because they were like literally in only a couple other episodes outside of season.
Because Arthur was in Fish, which is like one of the best episodes of season 8.
Yeah. And like Arthur did appear, I think, in like one episode in season 11, and then season 12 for one episode as well.
Remember when Stepney randomly appeared in season 12? That was fun.
Oh yeah. Remember when Murdoch appeared? I think a bunch of characters got like reintroduced in
Donald and Douglas.
Yeah, because it was the last Mall season, so why
actually
not?
Donald and Douglas were in.
Oh, but you know what character I don't think was in season 12?
What?
Or at least never had like an actual good role.
Yeah.
Molly, aka Sin to all humanity.
Oh yeah. You don't like.
I remember.
I hate Molly.
Sorry, but there was this one episode that I did like from season 8, which was called Spick and Span.
Oh, I remember Spick and
Oh
Span.
yeah, I think I remember that.
It was a bit odd. Like, I'm sorry, but when Gordon, James, and Henry were all covered in
I think it was Gordon, James, and Emily.
Yeah, Henry was.
Oh, Emily's. I'm sorry, not Henry, but holy, their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that episode, honestly, Solar Celebration is probably like, or I don't think that's what it's called in the UK, but in the United States, there's this. It's called Solar Celebration. I'm gonna check the wiki though, real quick to see what it's called.
I think it is called Solar Celebration. And
I'm just checking. Thomas's.
for Solar Celebration, they're like, let's just put in a bunch of season 8 episodes. No one cares.
In the UK, it's actually called Peep Peep Hooray, 3 Cheers.
Yeah, I've got that. I have the VHS.
That makes more sense than Solar Celebration.
Yeah, it's called Solar Celebration here.
That makes way more sense because it's like we're supposed to be celebrating the franchise, so let's only put in season 8 episodes.
I actually have that VHS, PP Puree on VHS and DVD.
I have its American counterpart on DVD.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
dude, that Thomas game, that game is so great.
I like the name.
The game that's included is so great.
The name in the UK is
the name in the UK makes a little more sense.
But it still makes me a little mad because it doesn't have the episode 3 Cheers for Thomas on it.
Yeah, but oh well, because like
that's
it's
like
not called Solar Celebration.
No, literally the last series episode of the classic series is 3 Cheers for Thomas.
I'm sorry, but Don't Tell Thomas was a bit of a downer for me. I mean,
that's the worst episode.
It is a pretty bad episode.
That episode is literally the episode that I mark as the point where the series got started.
But I do like the part where it pretty much brings in surprises, which I do like that song.
That is a good song. That is a good song. Like accidents will happen.
In Norway, this DVD is called Thomas Og Vernen Hans Helton Thomas,
which means
I have no idea.
I also know another a good episode, Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's a good episode.
Halloween.
Also, you know what episode doesn't follow Easter eggs? Halloween. Although to be fair, the only problem with Halloween is that all the characters are idiots. Everyone in that episode is an idiot.
Okay, I'm just gonna mention all the episodes on the Sodor.
That's great.
On the
wait, Henry, can we look at the live stream real quick?
Okay, on the DVD.
Actually, no. Let's end the stream by looking at some comments if there is any.
Okay. I just
as a pseudo tweet time.
No, I want to do read off the episodes that are on the DVD. So the first episode.
Oh, I can do that right now.
Thomas Saves the Day, then which is a good episode. Don't Tell Thomas, which is a bad episode. Fish, which is a good episode. Halloween, good episode. And then Spick and Span, decent episode. Chickens to School, I'd say that's a bad episode.
Oh, I forgot. That episode is in there, isn't it?
Thomas in the Circus is...
No, Thomas in the Circus, I don't even remember.
That's a meh episode, actually meh.
I'm sorry, but
Thomas it's like mediocre.
That's scary.
I don't remember what happens in that episode.
Why did the clown just throw a pie at his face? He literally I think he just figured out that his whole life was a lie, so he just boop in his face.
Yeah, I think that DVD is a decent DVD because 4 out of the 7 episodes actually let me
are good. Okay, Lamar, can you check to see if there's any actual comments?
I'll count Spick and Span as a good episode too. So there are there's 4 good episodes.
Okay. Are there any questions in chat?
Yeah, if you have any questions, guys, leave them down in the comments.
Yeah, if you have any questions, we'll answer them at the end of the stream.
Yeah, we'll end the stream in probably 10 minutes. For now, we're just gonna keep talking about something.
Yeah. Oh, guys, when you just want me to end the stream, I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, but so I just want to say one thing. Thomas the Hero is the name for that DVD in Scandinavian countries.
Thomas the what?
Thomas the Hero.
Wow.
I guess that makes sense because it's probably just the episode name.
I mean, yeah, but Thomas Saves the Day is literally Trouble on the Tracks, but changed up.
It's literally oh, that's right. Trouble on the Tracks, the episode, not the game.
Guys,
Yeah, it was a game.
Guys, in Nor.
Oh,
in,
the trouble. So it's Trouble on the Tracks, but an actual episode.
guys, in Norway, Spick and Span is called "Who is the Smartest."
What? What? How does that relate?
So literally every other episode has their original name, but Spick and Span is just renamed to "Who is the Smartest."
That doesn't even make any sense, but okay.
In Sweden, it's called Nice and Tidy, and Thomas the hero is Thomas Saves the Day.
What about Chickens to School?
Chickens to School is the same. Say Nothing to Thomas is the name for.
Wow. I bet you if that was pretty much like British, but it was like Roadman style, they would just be like Air Thomas.
I'm sorry to anyone.
Air Thomas.
Like
Air Thomas.
Air Thomas.
To anyone who's from Norway or Sweden, but you named these episodes, at least in episodes you changed the name for, they're not very good names.
They're great names. What are you talking about?
Air Thomas.
Say Nothing to Thomas.
Say Nothing to Thomas is a great name.
In Rome, there's an episode. They named one of the episodes to Thomas Does Not Find Out, and they also.
Gee, I wonder what episode that could be.
And then they name another. I don't even know what this episode originally was, but they named an episode to Moon and Bulb. In the Czech Republic, they renamed one of the episodes to Dapper.
It's probably Spick and Span.
Dapper.
And also, they changed "Don't Tell Thomas" to "Do Not Tell Thomas" to be more.
Ooh.
Sorry,
no more conjunctions.
Wait, what about fish?
In Finland's like one of the few countries that changed the name of fish. They renamed it to Fish Transport.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be Spick and Span, but they renamed it to At the Top. And then episode 7, which is Halloween, of course, they named to Ghosts From.
That kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah. Also, they named one of the episodes to Thomas Surprise, which we all know that episode.
Thomas Surprise.
Don't tell Thomas.
They in Denmark they named Spick and Span to the Ireland's finest locomotive.
Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess.
And they named episode 6 Chickens to School. I think they're the only country to change its name to a Wild Confusion.
I mean, they're not wrong.
They okay. In a couple of episodes, they're just one word. What they named Don't Tell Thomas to Surprise, and they named Thomas in the Circus to Circus. It's just
well, anyway, with that, Lamar, is there any? Wait, are we not
no,
done?
my favorite title. I said this earlier, but my favorite title is Thomas Does Not Find Out. I don't. It sounds so weird.
Like good.
What does Thomas not find out? That he's getting a brutal divorce?
Oh, probably.
Oh, also.
Anyway,
Thomas the Savior.
Thomas the Savior. That's a beautiful one.
Fish. Fish transport. Guys, can we get a fish transport?
Disaster transport.
Yeah, hashtag fish transport in the chat. If you're still watching.
Transport. All right. I guess, Lamar, are there any questions or anything?
Doesn't seem like there are any.
How much wood can a woodchuck
if you guys want to leave your questions, you can either send them to us and we will review them next time we do this podcast.
On Twitter, of course.
On Twitter.
I'm checking it. Yeah, no, there's nothing new in FRF Podcast.
I'm just going to I guess I'm not.
I got it. I'll finish it out. So,
Wait a second. There's one last thing I need to say that will finish this off. Oh my gosh! In South Africa, the DVD features one episode from season 7.
oh, that's epic.
They featured 3 cheers for Tom. They featured James Goes Too Far.
Oh god.
James Goes Too Far.
That's a good episode.
I like that name. I'm just gonna say, chickens to school. Honestly, what? The more I think about it, the more I realize that chickens to school is just no. Just why?
Chickens to School was hilarious.
Just why? The island's finest locomotive. They should definitely make more proper names for the actual episodes in like English speaking countries. So we have to read obnoxiously stupid titles. Dude, there's like they like wait, there's a Romanian dub of this DVD. Oh,
yeah, probably.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay. We need to stop.
it's time to stop.
All right. So I'm guessing there's still no questions in chat.
Probably not. No.
Dude,
All right then. So.
flashbang. I don't know why.
Remember. All right, guys. So wrapping it up here. Remember to subscribe to the channel, of course.
Yeah.
To keep up to date on the FRF podcast and memes or stuff, whatever we do. Also, I'm trying to remember. Also, no. July. Tomorrow's the last day of Hangouts, by the way.
Also,
Yes, follow us on Twitter at FRFD, and Lamar is probably gonna post the Twitter in the description. Same with our Twitters. Same with all of our Twitters. Make sure to also join the Discord server. Lamar, you're gonna have to put a lot of stuff in the description. And remember to tweet using the hashtag FRF Podcast so that you can maybe be featured on Tweet Time in the show in the future. And anyway, guys, this has been Ricky Deal 102.
Also, hashtag fish transport, and this is Forbes.
Oh yes, also hashtag fish transport, of course.
And this has been Lamar, aka Fusion of 5Ox26, and we shall see.
Wait! Hey! Forbes hasn't gone.
Okay.
No, let's just try this again. This is a bad ending. All right. Anyway, guys, this has been Ricky Deal 102.
Trouble Truck, aka Forbes.
Oh yes, aka Vincent.
And Fusion 5Ox, aka Lamar.
And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and we are out of here.
Fish transport, teehee.
Yes. And see you guys later.